Is the quality of men just that much shit you can't find anything?
Yes.
Okay.
And you gotta date outside of Miami.
And you gotta accept bullshit you don't want to accept. When I was 25, what did you think that 32-year-old men had to offer? Like at 25, I had more to offer as a woman than most men that I know. I still have more to offer as a woman than most men.
Like
I
what?
know. Money. I have an established life. I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I'm interesting. I could continue.
Let me ask, what % of the men have you dated would be marriage material in your eyes, whether it panned out or not?
I mean, I don't date people pointlessly. So for me, like if I never saw a future with you, I wouldn't date you. Right. It's just for me, so my mom has been married and divorced 4 times. My father was in a divorce settlement for 10 years. Jesus. Right. So I know the opposite side of this.
Talk later.
No, but there's just more of like, hey, I know the downside. I don't want to go through all that. Why? When I can just make my own money. Like, and also like, hey, like it gets tiring trying to date. Like how am I supposed to meet men? Most men aren't going to talk to me at work. I'm not going to talk to you at work. I don't want to deal with that. So that's dating apps and it gets exhausting. Like there's times I'm just like, this is tiring. You know what I mean? So it's like the quality of guys that are coming at you. There's so many that you just get exhausted trying to figure out which ones are good and which ones are bad. What
are the main disqualifiers of the men? They live at home. They don't make enough money. They're fat. They're broke.
They're not providers.
They're not providers. Okay.
They're not decisive people. Most men today are big mama's boys that their mommy clearly love them too much and they think they're very special, but they're not. You know what I mean? Like
49 laws of Charlotte and 14, you're not special.
They're 40, they make 80 grand a year. They're not interesting. They play Call of Duty. Like that's cool, bro.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You know my
they play Call of Duty.
No.
They're
Did you
40,
hear that?
their mama's
video
boys.
games.
Yeah, you're playing video games, like talking shit to your friends, like the things I've heard them say on video games, I was just like embarrassed. Like I'm like, God, if I had never slept with you before, I'd never sleep with you again. But right, so they're not bringing that much to the table for me, and for me to be like, this is the person. Make the choice, right? It's like you're like, am I going to settle? Right? Like no woman wants to settle in life. I don't want to end up with somebody that's, you know, living at home with their mom, no ambition. No. You're not that great. You know, you get what I'm saying, right? Like it's just very like. And then the few men in this world that are great think they're so great that they deserve everything.
We do deserve everything, yes.
Well, so do I.
You're goddamn right.
So I feel like the same argument that men have apply to women, regardless of how you want to speak, that our minds are different. If I'm in the top 1% of women, I'm allowed to have expectations.
Are you though?
I think
in the top 1% of women?
Yes.
We're letting them speak.
Raise up your left hand, please, for me.
Oh, go fuck yourself.